11-year-old girl who came home from school and she was walking to her house. The stranger grabbed her and took her into his car, a small blue Honda Civic. She was screaming, got in definitely unwillingly, and they left the area. We had to do some investigation, of course, before the Amber Alert is issued. The Amber Alert has certain qualifications. We had to make sure that these met the qualifications. I will tell you that I've been doing this for a while, and these type of situations are very few and far between where you actually have a stranger abduction of a small child, and that's exactly what we had this afternoon. And what worked well for us is what we practice for, what we train for, and what I have the technology for. Everybody came together. Pictures were given of the vehicle. Her description was given out immediately. State police assisted in the Amber Alert. Agencies came to us and asked us if we needed help. The biggest factor, I think, in this was the assistance of the public. The tips coming in were amazing. Text a tip lit up. People were calling the Detective Bureau. We put on extra staff in the Detective Bureau to field the tips coming in. People were out looking for this car. It was amazing. Civilians spotted this car and helped us out immensely. We were able to get an accurate plate number. We were able to put that out on plate readers and the sentries on the Mass Pike. This car was located on the Mass Pike eastbound. It was stopped, pulled over. The state police have one in custody. I will give you his information. And we also have located the 11-year-old in that vehicle. She will be transported to the hospital to be checked on. Her condition looks fair to good. Not really sure how much she went through at this point, but the parents have been notified, and as soon as we can, we will reunite parent and child, because I can't imagine what they were going through. But I would like to thank the Crime Analysis Unit and Captain Trent Duda and the Detective Bureau for their hard work on this and swift work. I think once we realized, and Captain Duda and I have been doing this for quite a few years. Once we realized what we had, we knew that time was of the essence. This was not the kind of case that we could go home or we could hand over or we could say we'll continue this in the morning. This was a absolute life and death situation for this little girl. So we dedicated all our resources to it, and we had a lot of help. And again, thank you to the public for helping us out, and it has come to a very good conclusion. I feel that she is okay, and there's one under arrest. You know now the victim's name. She was on the Amber Alert, Charlotte Mokia, 11 years old. So she has gone to the hospital. The car was stopped, and the barracks involved is Charlton Barracks on the Mass Pike. Arrested, and charges will be coming against a Miguel Rodriguez, date of birth 10/16 of 95. We believe he has a Bay Street in our city address. So the charges will be coming as we do further investigation. It's obviously still fluid. I think this just happened 45 minutes ago, where we actually made the stop and located the car. So this is very fresh and ongoing. As soon as we know more about his charges, we will certainly let you know. And as soon as we know the condition of Charlotte, we will pass that on. I can tell you that there's no injuries to her that are visible. So we'll let the hospital staff and personnel talk to her, and we'll go from there.
Commissioner, was there ever a female suspect in the car? Some reported, or you believe there was only the one male?
We believe that there may be a female involved at the time of the abduction, so that's why this investigation will continue. We will look into that. We are told by state police there is one in custody, so he has, he's had quite a few hours to, drop off or pick up somebody. So as the investigation goes on, we will look into whether or not there was a female driver at the time of the abduction.
Can you explain how your Amber Alert helped? You said, was it indeed a motorist on the pike who saw the car?
I believe that's going to be the case, yes. And the Amber Alert was invaluable in this case, and just our local news agencies putting out what we had. I think a lot of the local tips and people who had observed this car were because of what we put out initially with our local stations also.
And
So-
Commissioner, with the video that you posted of the little girl walking to school, walking home from school Tuesday, can you talk about that and how important that was? Now, we're talking about Ring video and all of these videos that people have been talking about.
Absolutely, everything came together. Ring we used a private surveillance camera sent to us. We were able to hook right into, and you can email now the Crime Analysis Center. We had it up on the big screens in there. We were able to get it out to officers right away through the MDT. We were able to get it to the news media pretty quickly. We had pictures of what she was wearing quickly. And I can't stress enough that if we hadn't put all these resources and we didn't have all the help we had to recover her as quickly as we recovered, this could be a very different press release tomorrow.
Commissioner, to clarify, there was only one suspect in the car when it was pulled over by police.
Correct. State police said one in custody and the child located in the car.
Commissioner, can you explain what happened from the time you received the report from the motorist that, hey, I think this is the car? What transpired in those few minutes after that?
We've been using the Detective Bureau as sort of a base of operations, and when that came in, we just notified all our partners via police radio and telephone and we had detectives out, and they were responding to everything close. We had a couple other calls, obviously, a dark blue two-door Honda Civic we were getting left and right. I'm sorry if you were driving a dark blue Honda Civic and you were pulled over several times tonight, but it was worth it. But once that was coming in, we were in contact with our partners, and once you can put it in the plate readers and on the pike, then we were pretty confident we would get a hit.
And is that what happened? The plate went through one of the readers and you pinpointed a location or a direction?
That in combination with people telling us he was eastbound on the pike, yes.
Commissioner, we were hearing rumors that that car had been driving along near her home multiple times this week. Can you confirm that?
All I can confirm for sure is the car was seen in the area yesterday also.
Commissioner, does the suspect have a criminal record already?
The suspect is known to us, yes.
You able to say how?
Not at this time. Some of the charges have to be clarified with what I have, but he is known to us.
Knowing what you know, I'm very glad you got this girl out of his hands.
Very glad. It was, like I said, we've all been doing this a long time. The deputies and I have all been here 30, 40 years. And this is, thank God, it's a rare occurrence. And we know how badly this could have ended up. And he was evil and he had her for nefarious reasons, so the worst can become of this. So it was a matter of finding her quickly and not giving him time.
Commissioner, I just want to make sure, because I'm in contact with a person that says they notified police. Did you guys in fact receive a call from a civilian that went out on their own search and notified you guys?
We had several.
Mayor, this is a better end than you could expect in many of these kinds of instances.
Yes, it was when we were, from the onset of this is a mom and dad, their family members' worst fear, having two young daughters myself, and how our Springfield Police Department, Commissioner Claproot, take this to heart. And it was agonizing, and I am thankful that young Miss Charlotte Mokia has been found. I am also hopeful and steadfast that I can't say what I want to say about this individual and/or individuals, that swift justice comes their way, and they no longer will be on anybody's streets. I want to be very thankful, again, to the professionalism and the brave and dedicated efforts of our brave men and women in blue, and to the state police, and to the public. The public, we got information out ASAP, especially to our local media. Calls were coming in left and right. Text tips were coming in left and right. And this is why getting this information out, the video, the technology we have with our crime analysis is so invaluable. This is another tool in our arsenal, whether it's the videos, facial recognition, anything, to save a person and to get the bad people off the streets. So when we're contemplating and constant updates that we were receiving, I'm just very thankful that this 8 p.m. press conference has come to a positive conclusion. As Commissioner Clapprood alluded to, the young lady now has to be checked out, and we hope and pray. This has been a traumatic experience for her, but she's alive, and with the efforts of Springfield Police Department and with our state police and the public and technology and the heart and soul of our public safety officials that take this to heart, because all of us, many of us have families, and to think if this was one of our children, you go a little extra hard to make sure you get this piece of you-know-what off our streets. So, again, I commend the Springfield Police Department, Commissioner Clapprood, and the state police and the public. They were tremendous, and the technology, putting human eyes together, heart and technology, we're able to bring this to fruition in a positive manner, and we want to be helpful to the Mochia family as the daughter goes through getting back on her feet. But right now, as stated, there was one in custody. There could be more that comes about, and I would be very hopeful that our court system does the right thing and keep this individual and individuals, send a strong message, swift justice, keep them locked up for a long, long time. No family should have to go through this. Just think of your own family. And for someone to do this, a beautiful, intelligent, 11-year-old girl, innocent. So I better stop before I say something that's a little more out of the line right now. I'll turn it back over to Commissioner Clapprood.
Just one more question, please.
Commissioner, what do you say to the parents that are nervous to send their kids to school tomorrow after seeing everything that has unfolded today?
The only thing I can tell you is that this man is off the street, and this man will not harm your child anymore. And if it's due diligence, it's unfortunate. It's the world we live in. You have to be cautious. You have to talk to your children. You have to let them know that they can come to you or a relative they can trust with any information, with anybody who they think is following them, looking at them. They should be able to go to an adult. We take all these calls seriously. We get calls from schools about cars and people hanging around. We check them all out. So just keep the lines of communication with your children open and know that it won't be this guy that harms anybody.
Commissioner, you said that there was a checklist of things that needed to happen before that Amber Alert was sent out. I know many are wondering why, if the abduction happened so early in the afternoon, that Amber Alert wasn't sent out till around 6:37. Can you explain that?
We have to go through certain steps to qualify for Amber. You have to be, pretty certain that it's a child abduction where we have enough information to give for the state police to give out an Amber Alert, and we want to be certain about that information. So we gave it to local, and we were working on it a lot quicker than that.
Yes.
And the Amber Alert actually came out locally a little bit later than what it did for the rest of the state. So it was only a couple of hours, and that's just to make sure I think this is one of the first real Amber Alerts in Massachusetts that I can recollect. So they don't happen that often. You want to make sure when you're using it that you're right in using it and it's a situation that applies, because God forbid you don't want to start using this system when it's not a real Amber Alert. So we did the investigation, and then I waited to hear from Captain Duda to give me the go-ahead to contact the Fusion Center, and the Amber Alert was issued. But the case was being worked on long before the actual Amber Alert.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. James, just wanted to let you know, too, what we